Hey guys, how's it going? It's your boy MKS here, back here with the third and penultimate part of Dyslexia Mondays, one of my many quirky ideas. I hope you enjoy it. Technically, it's now Tuesday, I suppose you could say. It's 17 minutes past midnight, according to my laptop time, and according to my mobile, it's 16 minutes past. I don't know if you can see that properly, midnight. But anyway, I hope people out there with dyslexia, as I keep saying for each video, enjoy these videos, and I hope you'll share these videos with anyone you know who has dyslexia. Maybe, for instance, especially if they have low self-esteem, and hopefully some of the ideas and information I share in these videos will hopefully inspire them. For instance, even if the videos themselves don't inspire them, maybe they can be inspired to check out, like Made by Dyslexia, the Dyslexic Advantage, and those other organisations I've talked about in parts 1 and 2. On Google and on YouTube, and hopefully the information there will inspire many people. So I'll say this is part 3, and I think that's all I can say for the intro. I don't think anything else, but I'd love to know how dyslexia has changed over the years. And with that being said, point number 21, I would love to see to interview dyslexics, especially those from the older generations perhaps, or maybe dyslexics of all ages, to talk about their experiences, what experiences people have had for dyslexia. I hope I can feature them on this channel, and that hopefully will show what, if anything, has changed over time. I think academia, because it's based on a curriculum, I think it's very slow to change. Some people say academia is one of the slowest industries to change because it's a state-run sort of thing. And another argument for schools is that they are there to teach people and train people to be good factory workers and good employees for businesses. So they're not really there to teach you how to develop your own wealth. I know you can be accused of being bitter or whatever if let's say you didn't do well at school. Some people might say that kind of thing, but that's what I've heard. A lot of people, even those who have succeeded in later life, who have said that the system is there to designed to not to help people to become wealthy, but to make good workers for employers. But I'd love to know what you think about that. If you disagree with any of the points I'm making, including that one, that's fine. Even the controversial ones I say, like about not joining the military or things like that, that's fine. And if and when I interview dyslexics, my fellow dyslexics, I'll be a very polite and kind and decent and well-mannered interviewer. Obviously, I mean that would be in my interest anyway, because if I bring someone onto the channel and interview them, or I interview them on Zoom and then we record it for the channel, obviously if I'm rude to them, let's say if they disagree or anything like that wouldn't be a very wise move even by my standards, because obviously that would mean other people wouldn't want to be interviewed. So obviously my interest is in making them look good as much as possible. Not sure why I made that point, but but people are free to disagree. I hope, as a libertarian, I always want to make people as free as possible. Anyway, I'm going to move on. Number 22, I hope things have changed, and I certainly hope they will change in the future, even if not in the academic system or in the workplace. If we create our own place of work, if we support each other on social media and in business and in investing and in teaching and training each other, and in all other sort of ways where we could network, and if people see our success stories, hopefully things will change a lot for the future dyslexics, which is what these videos are about, inspiring and motivating people to achieve their full potential, and hopefully this will change perceptions of dyslexia, and in the future hopefully dyslexics will do well. I've heard quite a few and read quite a few people saying that dyslexics will rule the future, so to speak, or although I'd rather as liberate the future. But they say that the things that are needed in the future are very similar to or if not the same as the dyslexic strengths, hence the value of dyslexia report and things like the case for investing in dyslexics and things like that, which have been written up and talked about, because those out-of-the-box sort of thoughts and thinking and that sort of thing will be what's really needed in the future, apparently, rather than say following instructions or being good academically. When the economy moves on, But again, if you disagree with any of those points or any points I raise, please feel free to disagree and post up anything you also think. But yeah, that's what a lot of people say, that in the future, dyslexic strengths, funny enough, will be the ones that will be needed. So I hope people out there, especially young children with dyslexia who maybe are struggling with their self-esteem, will see these success stories, motivational stories, success like finding out about dyslexic millionaires and billionaires, things like that, and hopefully those will inspire. On that note, number 23, I'd love to know. I'd love to ask a few questions. So one of them will be, or is, does hearing about stories about dyslexic millionaires or even billionaires, dyslexic businesses, entrepreneurs, whatever the difference is, enterprise basically, I use those terms interchangeably, business, entrepreneurship, and entrepreneurs and things like that, those sorts of terms, do they inspire you? And the statistics, that if you've heard any of those statistics or read any of those statistics, or both, say, do they inspire you? I would love to know from fellow dyslexics, say, if you are inspired by such statistics and information, and if you read about successful dyslexic entrepreneurs such as Richard Branson, Damon John, Barbara Corcoran, Charles Schwab, and people like that, dyslexic millionaires and billionaires even, do those sorts of stories inspire you? And the second question I was going to ask is, what do you think politicians, businesses, councils, governments, I suppose it's all connected, investors, banks, and whatnot, what do you think they could do to help dyslexics? And do you think there is a good case for investing in dyslexics? I'd love to know what you think about those sorts of things. Number 24, do you think a dyslexic network internationally would work? And which dyslexic inspires you the most? I know I talk a lot about dyslexic of the day. So I was thinking like Damon John, who I sort of profiled, so to speak, a little bit in terms of what helped. Well, I talked about him, so hopefully that helped to raise his profile at least a little bit by discussing him and sharing information about his businesses and things like that, which I hope will help him to get more customers. You should pay me commission. But on a serious note, I'd love to know who your dyslexic of the day would be or is, and hopefully Damon John can help. I know he already does help many black business people, especially in America, and I know that he does offer a lot of advice to businesses and invest in businesses, and just by talking about dyslexia, he helps a lot of dyslexics. But I wonder if he could do even more to help black and so-called dyslexic entrepreneurs. And similar with Barbara Corcoran, I wonder if she can do even more to help. Maybe she could be appointed the ambassador for women and people with dyslexia as well. Maybe Damon John could be appointed the ambassador for black-owned businesses in America, and also, or even around the world, and also for dyslexics in business in America and all around the world. And there could be others as well, like Kelly Hoppen, Michelle Moan. I don't know if that's how you pronounce her surname, Michelle Moon or Moan, or I'm going to say Moon because I think it sounds probably a little bit better than Moan. But I know she's been she's quite a controversial character, as many of those characters are, including Kevin O'Leary, aka Mr. Wonderful. But obviously, I'm going to try and talk positive things about them because they're dyslexic. Moving on, number 25, a bit of a dilemma for me. There are many dyslexic royals, but I hope to hear from different people's opinions. But as someone who's a Republic supporter, Republican, as in I support Republics, that's a bit of a dilemma for me because I love to support dyslexics, but I am a Republican. But maybe those royals, dyslexic royals, do inspire some people. And to be fair, Princess Beatrice in the UK and also many of the Swedish royal family members have openly talked about their dyslexia to inspire others. So I'd have to give credit where it's due, even though I'm a Republican, not a royalist. But another leader is the Prime Minister or President of Norway, who talked about being dyslexic as well. So there's quite a few politicians and leaders who are dyslexic. Number 26, supporting African and Asian nations or countries that are colonized, I think would be really cool. And I suppose it would kill two birds with one stone, although I'm vegetarian, as I often say. But I wouldn't want to kill any birds. But on a serious note, it's supporting dyslexics in those countries would be a good way to go towards reparations. For someone like me, that would be a cool thing. And I'm sure obviously other people who support reparations as well, whether they're dyslexic or not, might find that interesting. Again, I mean, you're free to disagree with some ideas. Number 27, I think it'd be cool if there was a list of the top 40 businesses or investors generally who support dyslexics and who invest in the dyslexic community, or those who support the dyslexic community generally. I think it'd be cool to honour and acknowledge them and give them awards and rewards. Just to clarify, that is awards, as in like award ceremonies, and also give them rewards generally. I hope that made sense. I know that sounds so similar, especially with my pronunciation, but so rewards, REWARDS, and awards, AWARDS. Again, they do sound quite similar, but I think it'd be good to acknowledge and honour those who help dyslexics. Number 28, again, I hope these sorts of things will turn negative situations into positives. Like if we network together, we can help each other, and we'll be stronger together. I can say that hashtag stronger together. Hopefully we'll change perceptions and help dyslexics to have the best possible careers and be as empowered as possible. And hopefully that will inspire young dyslexics and also show to the rest of society what we can achieve when we're supported and things like that, when we believe in ourselves, when we're encouraged, and when we're given opportunities. I suppose you could say that about pretty much every group, but obviously I'm focusing on dyslexics. Number 29, the Yale Center for Dyslexia and Creativity did like multi-dyslexia and multiculturalism. So I'm hoping to also support things like that, like more POC, people of colour with dyslexia, as well as women and girls, and how to empower them, and also my fellow dyslexic mutts, as I call us jokingly, as in mixed race people, or sometimes I call us mixies, but yeah, dyslexic people who are also mixed race. But another project I hope to come up to work on is like black and dyslexic. Number 30, as ever, I would love to read your comments, and if you want to make any reaction videos or anything else like that, it'd be pretty cool. Hope you won't be too harsh. I hope it won't be turned into a meme. But if I do, I suppose it might be cool. Maybe I can finally get some views and all that kind of thing. But I suppose I am quite easily embarrassed. But if it helps to support dyslexics, I'll take the sacrifice. Anyway, peace and love. I'm out.